We got to have the conversation, guys. It's long overdue, and I have been avoiding it like fucking herpes. It's not our fight conversation. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are going to stitch this video to twist the narrative. You're going to hop in the comments and play the victim Olympics. You're going to do your absolute best to cancel me. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this content creator shit. Fuck being an influencer. Fucking tired of this shit. Being a white woman who speaks publicly on racism in the United States isn't like walking on eggshells. It's like walking on landmines, and I don't give a chicken fried fuck if this is career suicide. I'm done dancing around difficult conversations. This is everybody's fight. It has been since fucking day one. When in the history of white supremacy have you ever seen a white man stop his pursuit of global domination at certain shades of brown? Moreover, when in the history of America has targeted racism due to colorism ever stopped at certain fucking shades? This isn't about being illegal. I see a lot of you guys reason this shit in my fucking comments. Latinos and Hispanics, if you're here legally, I came here legally, you shouldn't be afraid. I see black, I'm generations deep. It shouldn't fucking matter. Y'all are not paying attention to the legal processes and the overstepping of the Constitution enough. Whites, blacks, Latinos, none of you guys are paying attention. Some because it suits you, others because what the fuck? I don't know. If one person in the United States does not have due process, nobody does. The Enemies Aliens Act eliminated due process, and now they're going after birthright citizenship. Let me explain to you, like you're a fourth grader, the relevance of this. Due process is a deputized member of a municipality like ICE or the police or the Federal Bureau of Investigation detains you and they say you're illegal. You go in front of the judge, and in due process, you have the ability to say, no, hey, I'm here legally, and then your case is dismissed. If you're not here legally, then you're sentenced. Most of the time to deportation. You're sent back to where you came from. If due process does not exist, and these are not deputized members of municipality, but they're Proud Boys, and they're Christian nationalists, and they're KKK members, wearing face masks and tactical gear, kidnapping any brown person off the street and saying you're illegal, you're fucking illegal. They're trying to make it punishable by death to be here illegally. And if you don't have due process, and they round you up, and they say you're illegal, they could potentially kill you. They could deport you to a country you're not from, where you spend the rest of your life doing slave labor in a fucking internment camp. They are building alligator Alcatraz. I need you guys to remember that slavery is legal in the American Constitution in way of imprisonment. That is why we have more citizens incarcerated per capita than anywhere in the world. They ended slavery and they created the prison system. And what is the primary population in the United States prison system? I'll fucking wait while you try to figure that one out, because it's not very fucking difficult. It is everybody's fight. They are killing Democratic politicians. They are arresting them for using their constitutional right to freedom of speech. They are trying to turn the National Guard on peaceful protesters. They are shooting peaceful protesters with less than lethal weaponry. They're shooting white female journalists. They're shooting white women walking down the street trying to get into their fucking apartment because protests exist in their neighborhood. And you think that this is not everybody's fight. They're trying to take power away from the judiciary branch. They're trying to end birthright citizenship. They've ended due process. Guys, what does it take for you to see that this is everybody's fight? When they're done with them, they are coming for you. And they told their supporters, it's going to get worse before it gets better. They're okay with the economic hit. They're okay with losing their farms and their unions and everything they claim to love about America. They're okay with losing their constitutional rights if it puts you back in...
Shalom, Yabashima Shabbar, Kakadash Barakatham, Kala Yabashima Shai, double honors to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This Rob Ahmad for the Nebraska camp. And I just wanted to go into this in post-production video. They're showing, like the table's already being set. Okay? The table's being set, and the table's being set to pretty much lock everybody up. Concentration camps, martial law, okay? Because you can't just execute. You need a big event, and you might not need a big event, or it's just something to tip it over. But they got a lot of speckled events that's encamping America in a certain way, okay? Shalaki, I want to get this precept, because this is a reality we're going to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go into Revelation chapter 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which goes to deceiver, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Because there's, Israelites that actually will be cast into prison, even be beheaded for the namesake of Yahweh, but the dead in Christ shall rise first. All right, so death is not the end. All right, and Esau tried to put that on Jake and put that on everybody else so that they can manipulate you, But getting back on subject is that, some of us will be cast into prison, and you can see the table being set, and that's why it's a nasty suspicion that I.c.e, these guys we're not, they're disassociating with themselves from other Israelite groups, not for like doctrine reasons or saying, we don't deal with that. They're saying we're not a hate group, we're not this. Like you're saying, what are they? You know what I'm saying? Why are you in agreement to the propaganda that Esau puts out? Because none of us are out there committing any crimes or doing anything that, you got to call the government on us. Okay? We're doing our rightful deed of peacefully protesting. Okay? But you got that going on. Then you have, the immigration deal. Okay? That kills what? Due process. All right? So you got civil unrest that's about to be putting a chokehold on it, through these wars, rumors of wars, through these class wars, all right, through all the things that's going on. The immigration with ICE, you got the world, the anti-war. They're going to go out there and march, all right, and it's all playing out. But ultimately, Jake don't understand that, in Florida, they passed a law that, if you see them in their block in the streets, you can run them over. You know what I'm saying? So they're changing and moving the goalposts toward the laws to encamp, so that you're not going to be able to come out and peacefully protest. Well, to hell with that. You're already on a watch list. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are on a watch list. Israelites are on a watch list. Okay? But thanks to people like Vocab, thanks to Edom's propaganda to push us to being some type of danger to American society. Okay? Which we are the ones committing the least, I'm not even going to say least, we're not committing crimes. Probably a speeding ticket or something like that. All right? Because the bulk of stuff that's illegal here is unlawful. All right? And the scriptures tell you, render unto Caesar and things unto Caesar. At the end of the day, the Israelites are the most upstanding citizens. Our demographic is amongst the cleanest. Okay? But at the same time, they want to paint us, and they got these the idea of the sleeper cells. Okay, all signs are pointing to just rounding Americans up and throwing them into prison. Nobody knows. Okay, you could just take Jake. You could just take anybody and say, oh, he's Haitian. All right, he's Dominican. He's this. He's that. Okay. And there's no due process, right? So they could just take you, harvest your organs, It ain't like Jake got that lawyer money to where every Jake that get taken, you can go and put on $100,000 search. That ain't happening, So yeah, man, we're headed to a crazy time, man, a very, very crazy time, and Esau is setting the table, and he's making the pit, but that pit he's making, he's going to end up falling into himself, So with that being said, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash, double honor to our apostles who are elders who are well. Blessings and salutations to your brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.